Talledega, Alabama, home to the fastest superspeedway in North America. 2.66 miles of the meanest asphalt around for the chosen few. But these riders don't race for a prize. They don't ride for the glory, or the fame, or the cameras. They ride through heat, and rain, and cold, and long grueling days to make sure each Harley-Davidson and Buell motorcycle has the right stuff. They are the men and the women of the Harley-Davidson Talladega test facility. Before a prototype becomes a reality, before the first customer takes delivery, there is the testing. Here, there are no shortcuts. The driving force is safety. For this crew, the day revolves around safety. Safety checks of equipment, riding gear, the environment, and the rider. This kind of work requires a clear mind, quick reactions, concentration, and responsibility. Every rider who takes on this trioval must possess a Motorcycle Safety Foundation license. He or she must watch a Talladega Superspeedway safety video prior to track use. After signing a release of liability form, and before using the track solo, a new rider must take a tour lap of the speedway with an experienced TTF rider. If a rider is operating a motorcycle above 75 miles per hour and below 90 miles per hour on the speedway, an experienced MSF license is required. At speeds over 90 miles per hour on the speedway, a high-speed skills demonstration is required. The skills demonstration is scheduled with the track operations supervisor. When operating a motorcycle on the track at speeds up to 75 miles per hour, minimum gear includes a helmet, full-fingered gloves, eye protection, and over-the-ankle boots. At speeds in excess of 75 miles per hour, required gear is upgraded to a full set of leathers, meaning leather pants, not chaps, and a full-face helmet, full-fingered gloves, eye protection, and over-the-ankle boots. All riders must stay within the speed limits to and from the Talladega Superspeedway. Limits for buildings and parking lots are set at 10 miles per hour. Tunnel access under the speedway is also limited to 10 miles per hour. The speed limit on access roads to the speedway is 35 miles per hour. There is an emergency line at TTF, and an off-site emergency should be called into 911. Safety is a big part of every activity at TTF.
We take a lot of safety classes. We have approximately 23 various safety modules that we have to listen to and study every year. They may involve fire prevention, hazardous material, or whatever to keep up with OSHA and the various regulations.
In the yard, in the lab, in the shop, employees and visitors must follow proper procedures and wear the required gear. This may include gloves, proper foot gear, eye and face protection, and ear protection.
Around the shop here, safety is paramount. Anytime you're in the shop here, you're required to wear safety glasses. Primarily, if you'll notice at the shop, we have lined areas, almost like little hallways or walkways. Within those walkways, the safety glasses are not required. But anywhere outside those walk areas, safety glasses are required, also whenever you're riding one of our motorcycles.
Forklift operation requires special precautions. Employees work as a team to ensure the safety of all. Visitors should adhere to all safety requirements.
In everything we do, safety is foremost. We have a lot of training in regards to not just our riding. In the facility itself, we're all trained to use whatever equipment will be necessary. We're updated with the latest equipment and the latest safety policies, and we are all updated on that regularly.
On the dyno, on the track, on the road, Harleys and Buells take more abuse than most products tested, because our customers are a special breed.
When it gets real bad for me, I think about the poor guy that's his only means of transportation. Either his life savings about our Harley-Davidson. And he's riding in this. Now, what makes me any better than him? And I just kind of bear on down and get on down the road.
My name's Layla Molinix, and I'm a Harley-Davidson test rider.
Each model is tested under the most adverse conditions imaginable. Conditions designed to push each component to the limit. Some tests are designed to be specific and repeatable. Other tests take to the road for a more natural riding experience. On these road trips, standards of conduct are imperative to ensure the safety of all.
When we're riding as a group, we're constantly watching out for each other. You watch the people in front of you, of course, and you're also watching in your mirror the riders behind you and the traffic behind you, beside you, everywhere. Animals running, maybe in the woods 3 lanes away, might end up right in front of you. We're always pointing things out to each other. We'll alarm the people behind us. The lead rider has the duty of pointing out any obstacles in the road, such as potholes or pieces of tire or whatnot, or things that might become an obstacle, like a football flying through the air or whatever. We have hand signals to designate danger or where we should be cautious, and we use foot signals. We use the turn signals to point things out.
Each rider must observe the rules of the road. Proper following distance, staggered formation, speed limit observance, and a team spirit. And of course, protective riding gear is required. The goal is a safe journey from point A to point B. Of course, the enjoyment is a fringe benefit. The occasional visitor to the speedway and local courses gets a taste of what TTF is all about. But for some, it's a steady diet. A typical day for a test rider may start with riding the accelerated bump courses in the speedway's infield. These courses are designed to test the motorcycle's endurance to stress. And the rider's endurance is tested as well.
Actually, I have a lot of experience on the bump course. I'm pretty good at bumps. Do I like to do it? And, it's not my favorite. And I'm on a pretty good bit because I'm young. I'm a lot younger than most of the riders here, so they tend to think that I can handle it better, which is wrong. And whenever I come in, I see my name on bumps, and this goes for everybody. They know it's going to be a long day.
I love it. Motorcycles in my blood. I just love motorcycles. We'll set it at a prescribed speed. We start at 70 miles an hour. We work in increments, and 10 miles per hour we work up to wide open throttle. I'll come around the turn, and just as soon as I get on the flat for the speedway, I'll take my hands off the handlebars. The throttle will be locked at that speed, and I'll grab the gas tank, throw it into a weave, and just let it ride until it fully recovers.
High-speed tests are performed on the speedway. There is also an infield course with varying road surfaces, rated 1 to 5, 5 being the roughest. General endurance testing takes place out on the open road, often under the cover of darkness. Over the years, testing methods have changed dramatically at TTF.
We test for the EPA, and also, since Harley-Davidson is an international company, we have to homologate our vehicles every year to various standards, including the European Economic Community standards, Thailand, Japan, Australia. They all have a little bit different requirements, and so each motorcycle that goes to those countries has to be built to their specifications. So there's a lot of different testing that goes on here.
Working to make every Harley-Davidson and Buell motorcycle the best it can be. That's the goal you'll find here.
What gives me the greatest reward about the job is to actually see the product that we test that is developed with our information actually go to the customers, actually seeing the product on the road and seeing everyone enjoy them. I take great pride in that, and it makes everything worth it.
The testing that we do here involves experimental products and components, and what we do is assure safety and quality to be delivered to the customers in the future. So every time we see a bike go down the street, we'll know that we contributed to what that total machine is.
Harley-Davidson Talladega Test Facility, a place of standards. Standards of performance, standards of conduct, standards of safety. And then there is that thing you can't explain.
In the past 16 years, I've seen many changes to these motorcycles. I've seen it change from when they were chain-driven to what they are now, which is a belt drive. I've seen this facility go through many changes.
You realize all the history that's here, all the cars, all the championships, all the emotion that surrounds this place, and you're lucky enough to just be out here tooling around on a motorcycle all day long. It has its own uniqueness.